to make your chicken, you're gonna need 1 cup of Vital wheat gluten, which if you're in Messina, you can get it right at Hannaford. They have it in small boxes there. It's perfect. But you just take that, put it in a large bowl, and then really how you make it chicken style is all about the seasonings. I've got a whole bowl of seasoning here because there's just so much in it that it's easier for me to do it this way. But you're going to need 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. Also, you can get that at Hannaford's or Bing's right in town. And a ½ a teaspoon of Himalayan salt, and then a teaspoon of oregano, onion powder, garlic powder. What else do we have? White pepper, black pepper, paprika, and some chili powder too. And I think that's it for the seasoning. You're basically making like a poultry seasoning, so you can play around with that and add or remove things if it's like too spicy for you or something. I like spicy food. I think it's pretty mild. But you're just gonna mix that all up, and I'm using a pretty big bowl because you're gonna make like a dough out of it and have to knead it. So you're gonna take 3/4 cups of vegetable broth, and I get the protein broth just because it's a little thicker and it's got more protein in it, so why not? And you just pour that right in. Stir it up. I'm kind of working with a bum hand this week. I heard it, so pain in the butt. But you'll get it all mixed up, and you're gonna have to get in there with your hands. I'm gonna have to do everything left-handed. But I'll show you guys what it looks like all mixed up. It really turns into just like a dough ball, and you're just gonna knead it. Make sure it's all mixed. Really quick, really easy. If it's really sticky, just add a little more Vital wheat gluten, but this is a good consistency. This is kind of like what you want to aim for. And then you're just going to tear it apart into smaller, I don't know, like ball shapes. And I'm using like a 9x13 dish, but you can just use like a casserole dish or whatever. Just separate it out. So I almost forgot to tell you guys to make sure you cover your casserole dish with tin foil when you bake them in the oven for an hour. Hey guys, so I took the night off and let my seitan marinate overnight, but I'm going to teach you guys how to finish up that recipe now. So this is the marinated seitan. I told you guys I did like kind of golf ball size, and it's like perfect size for me anyway. So we've got that all set, and what we're gonna have to do is mix up our binder and our breading right now. So for the binding, you're gonna need 3/4 cup of milk. I'm using just plain unsweetened almond milk. And then you're gonna want 1/4 cup of pickle juice. You just combine those together. And like I said, I'm using McClure's. I just love their pickles, and I'm using the spicy ones. It's super good. It's got like dill, garlic, and habanero in it, and it just gives it a little bit of a kick. So that's our bind. And just mix it up a little bit. And then for the breading, you're gonna have 2 cups of flour. You can use whatever kind of flour you want. I use a mixture of oat flour and regular. And you're gonna want 1/3 cup of powdered sugar. I know that sounds really weird, and you know, not every recipe I make is gonna be super, super healthy. Like, this is a delicious recipe, but you know, it's not the healthiest one, but it's great. So 1/3 cup powdered sugar in there with the 2 cups of flour. And then you're gonna need a bunch of spices. So you're gonna want, I've got mine all together in a bowl already, but 3 tablespoons of paprika, a teaspoon of black pepper, half a teaspoon of the Himalayan salt, a teaspoon of onion powder, a teaspoon of garlic, a teaspoon of chili, and I didn't put the cayenne pepper in just because I'm going to give some of these to my mom, and she can't do spicy food, so I got to keep it like a little bit more mild for her. But you just take all that and throw it into your flour and powdered sugar. And you just want to mix that up a little bit. And once you've got your binding and your breading all set, you want to heat up a frying pan with enough oil to fry them and have it on medium heat. I'm using coconut oil because that's just what I love to use, but you could use peanut oil, would give it really, really good flavor. Totally up to you though, but I love coconut oil. I use it for like everything. So you just want to heat that up, and then we can start. Oops. You want to just throw your chicken into the bind. I'm going to throw a couple of pieces in so that I can do a few pieces at a time in the oil and get them in at the same time. So just dip it in your binding, and then you're going to go right into the breading. And I'm just doing like 4 at a time. It's easy to manage. And you really want to get it nice and coated in that breading. That's going to make it like fried chicken, you know? So make sure you coat it really, really well. It's definitely a little bit messy, but whatever. Don't be afraid to get in there and make a mess. There. And then I'll show you the sweet potato waffles that I made to go with these, which are so easy, and they are healthy. It's really just steamed and mashed sweet potato, flax eggs. This is what they look like, and I'm cooking them in this hilarious little waffle maker, but it's kind of perfect for like single-sized waffles. Okay. So our seitan is all done. Just gonna transfer it over and let it cool a little bit. I always manage to smoke out my kitchen. Sometimes I'm glad I live alone. But so here's our chicken fried seitan. Super easy recipe, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Like I said, it's vegan. It's not the healthiest recipe, but it's really not that bad either. And feel free to, you know, make it spicier or less spicy depending what you like. If I was making it for myself, I definitely would put the cayenne pepper in it. I love spicy food, like love it, love it, love it. And I'll show you guys the finished product, the waffles and seitan, and I'm gonna serve it just with a sugar-free maple syrup. But you could serve it up with some greens and gravy. It just depends if you want to go like sweet or savory. But I did cinnamon and nutmeg in the waffles, so they're kind of sweeter. So I wanted to go like sweet and spicy. So I just wanted to show you guys the finished product for the chicken and waffles. And let me just, there we go.